it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We can still win the Big Ten West. But me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
hey, really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of Back Here at Banter. Johnny, James, Tanner, back here with you in an uneventful NBA Finals season. As we sit here now, Celtics went up 3-0 last night. And I'm going to get into the Celtics a little bit later. I have a tangent I want to go on in a positive way about the Celtics. But first, guys, how are you guys doing?
Great, just
I'm doing
fantastic.
great.
Yeah,
Yes,
no
sir.
complaints.
Anyway, Tanner, we'll go to you first. What is the main thing that you've taken away from the Celtics being up 3-0?
Really, to be honest with you, I got two takeaways. I'm going to start first with Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown should win the most valuable player in this finals. And really, honestly, since game one of that Pacers series, I've kind of thought to myself, I think Jaylen Brown's the most valuable player on the Celtics. I know Tatum's probably more talented. Tatum probably has better stats. But just watching the Celtics play, Jaylen Brown makes every play for them, especially down the stretches of games. And it's not just with his scoring. He's getting big rebounds. He had a big putback last night. He's getting defensive stop, forcing turnovers, getting steals. He just makes every play for this Celtics team. He makes winning basketball plays. Basketball winning plays is what Jaylen Brown does. And I think, to me, he's the most valuable player on the Celtics team. And then my second takeaway, which I've kind of thought about, I'm interested to see your thoughts on this, but I think this Celtics team would beat the Prime Warriors in a 7-game series.
Oh,
I
with
think that they have everything you could possibly need to beat those Warriors teams. And I just think in terms of basketball teams, like they are one of the greatest basketball teams we've seen, honestly, probably since 2000. Like they got to be up there on a short list of greatest teams in the last 25 years. And I really believe that if you were to put Prime Warriors against this Celtics team, the Celtics would win a 7-game series. So I'm interested to see your thoughts on that, but that's just my opinion.
James, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I love your first point, Tanner. I don't disagree with anything you said. I think Jaylen Brown absolutely has been the key factor for the Celtics. And after the game last night, Johnny and I were talking a little bit. Are we surprised that the Celtics are up 3-0? I'm not particularly surprised. I'm upset because I wanted this series to be good. And truthfully, I don't think we're going to get one, right? I mean, I don't see it going 5 personally at this point. Like for the Celtics to go out there and beat Dallas without Kristaps, it's like what more do the Mavs need? So I totally agree because Jaylen Brown has been dropping 30, but yet the most important part is the fact that he's averaging 6 to 8 assists a game too. And the passes that he's making, there's one last night that he threw right behind Kyrie's head. It was all over ESPN. It was just an incredible pass. So I totally agree again with what you said about Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum has more talent than Jaylen Brown. But right now, this season, in this series, in this playoff set, Jaylen Brown's been incredible and been the key factor for the Celtics. So I agree with your first take. The second take's interesting because I don't hate it necessarily because this team's very good. And this team's been very good all season long. But not only are you comparing a great team that we've played or that we've seen in our generation, but you're talking about like the greatest team possibly ever assembled in the NBA. And so I don't know. I would say it could go 7, but I give the upper hand to the Warriors. But I don't hate the take because I think it is close. But I think the Warriors, man, they were dominant like back in the day. Like so I would give the upper hand to the Warriors, but we'll see what Johnny thinks. I don't know.
Yeah, I also don't hate the take, but you're talking about dominance. Boston's 15-2 in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
And this was what I was going to get into. I guess I'll get into it now before I get into Dallas too. This team is going to go down as the most underappreciated team maybe in NBA history. I mean, this team won 64 games in the regular season and then have a chance to go 16-2 in the playoffs. Do you know how many teams have gone 16-2 or better? I mean, the 2001 Lakers, the team that beat team that beat Philadelphia, went 16-1. And then like not even the Warriors did this. That Warriors team, they went to 7 with Houston in 2018. So it is interesting. I do think the Warriors would win because they have more star power. But I don't hate that take because I mean this Celtics team, man. I mean it is not crazy to say that they have like four future Hall of Famers on this team.
No,
It's
not
not
crazy
crazy
at
to
all.
say,
No, it's
especially
probably fact.
because it's the basketball Hall of Fame. So Al Horford would get in just because of his college stats. He won two national championships at Florida. And obviously Drew Holiday, longer career, and Jason Tatum might already be a lock. But um, to your point about Brown, um, I don't entirely agree with. I think if you take Jason Tatum off that team more than anyone else, I think they suffer more than they would if anyone else was taken off it. Jaylen Brown has been unreal in these playoffs, but even I think it was game two when Tatum, well, he shot bad the first two games, but game two especially, where he just couldn't get anything to fall. But that's okay. Boom, 11 assists. Boom, 13 rebounds. Guarding at a high level, breaking up the lobs, and it's just yes, Jaylen Brown has a huge shot. He's been huge, but I think Jason Tatum is most valuable. I don't know if he'll win Finals MVP because everyone has this weird like stigma against Jason Tatum that I really don't get. Like, sorry that he was in the Eastern Conference Finals five times before he was 25 years old. Like, he's not going to go down as the greatest player of all time. Like, we need to temper our expectations from him. Instead, he's going to go down as the best player on a Finals team. Like that's what regardless, Jason Tatum is the best player on this team from October 30th to now. Jaylen Brown might have been better the past seven games, but as a season as a whole, Jason Tatum's been their best player. There's a reason he was first team All NBA and reason why the Celtics are here, the main reason. But I mean, this team is going to be so underappreciated. Drew Holiday and Derek White might go down as the best defensive backcourt of all time. I mean, what they are doing to Kyrie had a really good game last night, but the first two games, what they did against Kyrie, their ability to handle pressure and do it with very limited turnovers is just very good. And then to Dallas, man, I'm so sick of Luca just flailing his body around, begging for foul calls. Shout out to NBA in depth. They went into depth. That's it's funny, but into all of Luca's fouls. And out of the six fouls, four of them were just blatant like fouls. He had one in the first half where he missed a floater, and then Al Horford got a rebound. He went to pass it to either Drew Holiday or Derek White, and Luca tried to go for a steal and got his arm in between both their arms and ripped up and hit all arm. Like you're the best player on the court. You cannot take those fouls. And I said this in the TikTok that I posted. Luka will never be the best player in the NBA because he is such a liability defensively. Like I've never seen someone go out and say, we are going to attack you, even though you are a top five player in the NBA and already a Hall of Famer. We're going to attack you whenever we can offensively. And his blow by rate as a defender is well over 50%. I think in every single series, it's been over 56%. So Luka as a defender has just been so horrid this series. And I understand he's hurt and he's dealing with a lot, but man, if we're expecting you to be the best player in the NBA and to drag your team to a finals, to win the finals, like I need a little bit more. It can't be 56% of the time you're the primary defender, they're blowing past you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally agree.
I can.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
because you look at the NBA and we always look at the MVP, right? And Luca, I don't remember for sure, but I think he got a few votes for MVP,
Yeah, he
right?
was top three. He was top three.
Yeah, he was top three, but it was such a disparity between of the hot top 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're taking a guy who averaged 34 points a game, which was about 3.5 points higher than Giannis, who averaged like 31 or something like that. So you take a guy who averaged the most points in the league by several points, and he didn't even come close to winning the MVP necessarily because I think the league and the voters are realizing that sure he can go out there and he can drop 40 pretty much every given night, but he's such a liability defensively, like you're saying,
Such a
Johnny, that
liability.
he's gonna give up 40, right? And that was what we were seeing with Dallas, and it's the concern, right? When you have Kyrie going for 36 last night, right, and then Luka has a bad game, goes for 27. It's like those points don't matter because I mean that's quick math. I don't know, that's 60 some points, whatever, 63 points or whatever it is. But it's like in the NBA, you need 110 to win. So when you're giving up as many as you're putting down, it doesn't make any sense. So Luca's in this offseason because it's going to be the offseason's coming up probably tomorrow. It's like you're going to have to lock in defensively and just get a little more athletic, I think, and stop
And
caring about scoring for 40 and flailing your arms. Like,
he doesn't need to be first or second team all defense.
no,
And during the regular season, he can keep doing the same thing. But he needs to get to a point where he can guard at least a league average level. Because against Boston, like when you played against Minnesota, you could guard Rudy Gobert and it couldn't matter. When you played against the Thunder, you could guard Josh Giddey and it would not matter. There's no one to hide against when you play the Celtics, and the Celtics know that. And I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Like they go and find him almost every single defensive possession. And I'm going to reiterate it because this Celtics team is going to go down as the most underappreciated champion of all time. 64 wins. They have a chance to go 16-2 in the playoffs. They have multiple guys that are going to be in the Hall of Fame. They have 6 players that are going to be in the top 100 players in the NBA. And they have gone through and they're undefeated on the road. I mean, no one wants to give the Celtics their flowers because they were choked in the Eastern Conference Finals, got swept by the Nets whenever that series was. But now they're here and they're going to go down. I'm going to keep saying it as the most underrated champion of all time.
Yeah, John, I kind of want to piggyback off that. If they win game 4, they'd finish the season, including the postseason, 80-20.
I mean, just that is
it's incredible.
outrageous.
It's incredible.
And if they finish off tomorrow, they went the entire playoffs without losing a road game. I mean, that is just next level. Jordan and them never did that. LeBron never did that. I mean, you can go down. Shaq and the Lakers, I mean, yeah, they went 16-1, but I mean, the talent in the NBA now is much better. They're not playing freaking, the Eastern Conference was the worst it ever was in the early 2000s. But yeah, I mean,
Um, I got two more things to say. Part of my reasoning in them beating the Warriors is because the Celtics shoot at a similar 3-point percentage as those
yeah,
Warriors teams,
yeah,
which is crazy to think about, but they're so much better defensively.
yeah,
Like they could actually match up with that team because you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. One of those two can check KD. You
yeah.
can
At
stick
least
the
do
other
an
one
adequate
on
job.
Drew
Yeah.
Holiday on Curry. So that's just why I'm saying that. I just think
Uh,
that not only are they up there in terms of greatness, but I just think they would match up well with them. And secondly, I have to put this in here. The toughest opponent for the Celtics this postseason has been the Pacers,
I
which
mean,
makes me feel good.
technically, I think it was the Cavs
I
because at
mean, the
least the
Cavs
Cavs
did win a game, but like
the Heat.
the
No,
Pacers
I
were
agree.
in
I don't
every
agree.
game.
I don't disagree. But and
I
also
think
to your Warriors thing, I mean, yeah, they do match up really well against the Warriors, just position by position. And what the Celtics, what they hit 17 threes last night. I mean, they almost half their shots were threes. So I mean, they just live or die by that. And that's the NBA now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we running this through a 2K simulator. I think we see
Yeah.
who wins
I
best of
might do it.
seven. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
We'll
we'll
might
get
see.
do
some
it.
I'll
we'll get
clip
some
it and
stats.
post it on our socials to see what the people say. But people are going to be all outrageous because no one is going to give this Celtics team their flowers. And I will stand on my head and will because, yes, maybe it is a little crazy because that team has 2 top 15 players ever and 4 future Hall of Famers. So, but the Celtics do match up really well. So, really good question, Tanner. Any last thoughts on the series so far? Or
It's over. That's all I gotta
It's
say.
over. Yeah,
I hope we
it's
can at
done.
least get to a game 5. I hope that we at least get to
I
a game.
wouldn't be surprised because if you're the Celtics, you're thinking, let's go wrap this up at home.
Yeah. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if this went 6, to be honest with you. I think Luka can score 50 and win you a game or two. But I mean, Derrick Jones Jr., by the way, has also been atrocious offensively
So
this
bad.
series.
So
And
bad.
PJ Washington was better last night, but he's also been bad. And these are guys that this Dallas got to the finals because of them. And now they're just not showing up. Like your third leading scorer is Derek Lively off the bench. And then they tried to do Tim Hardaway minutes. He's like 0 for 7. I think he was actually 0 for 5 and then 0 for 3 from 3. And it's just like, I mean, Jason Kidd is trying anything to pull some strings. But yeah, anyway, we'll quickly move over to baseball before we get to our grid. Both of our teams are playing each other right now, and like James and I said, it's the battle between 2 of the worst teams in the American or in the MLB. Um, I will say, and this is by no means a hot take, the 2 best teams, maybe in baseball, are in the AL East. What the Yankees and Orioles are doing as a whole, I mean, the Orioles are damn good. You just look up and down the lineup. Like Gunnar Henderson is already a stud. Then you got Adley, already a stud. And then they got this farm system that's coming up. I've never seen a team execute a rebuild so just perfectly than the Orioles have. And then you look, oh, their ace is Corbin Burns. Shut up, the Cubs don't count. The I'm saying now, their ace is Corbin Burns. Grayson Rodriguez, guess what? He's pumping 100 at the top of the zone. He's in there too. And those are just their top two starters. And they got two more guys that can really pitch. So, and then obviously the Yankees are the Yankees. And the Yankees are doing all this without Garrett Cole. And he's going to come back soon. And yeah, so those are just my thoughts on, and I told James this yesterday. The Rays are like 4 games under 500, and they've been terrible, and they are 4 games out of a wild card. I mean, it just blows your mind because they've been so bad, and the Rays eventually are going to go on a streak, or at least I hope if they don't blow it up before then. But yeah, anyway, those are my thoughts on the league.
Yeah, I got some thoughts. I kind of agree with you. As of now, the Orioles are my pick to win the World Series. I just think in the postseason they have everything you
They
need.
don't have a weakness. There's literally
Exactly.
no weakness on this team. Like in a 4 game series against the Rays won 100 games last year and are still competent or whatever. These games weren't like competitive, and they're just so much better. And it's just
Yeah, they have everything you need. They have a deep lineup 1 through 9,
yeah,
great depth off the bench, excellent starting pitching, and when it's fully healthy, they're gonna have the best bullpen in the MLB. So
yeah,
like they don't have a weakness. Um, Kind of back to the Cubs here. The
they're so
Cubs,
bad.
just like the Rays are 4 games out of a wild card. The Cubs are so bad, and they are in a wild card
Yeah,
spot. They
yeah,
are in a playoff spot as of
yeah.
now, which is outrageous to me. I do quickly have some optimism about the Cubs. I've been watching, and every time I watch, it's just like 105 off the bat, 900 expected batting average, right at the right fielder. Same thing, right at the third. It's just been unbelievable luck, just not going their way, it seems like. And I know at some point it's going to turn. I know at some point a lot of those low batting averages are going to start rising. And really, what I'm looking for the Cubs to start doing is they got to blow some teams out. Like every single one of their wins is 1 run, 2 runs, extra innings. Like they have got to start blowing teams out, which is what they did when they were so good a year ago in July and August. And I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting for the bats to get hot because this bullpen clearly is not very good. So if they're not very good, let's just not even put them in spots to choke. Like let's just blow teams out. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. We'll see if that happens. But James, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. What you just said is exactly what I said last podcast in the sense of if we continue to give Hector Neris an opportunity to blow a save in the ninth, odds are you flip a coin, he might do it. Like here's
I just still can't believe he's still your guys'
and
closer. I
exact
mean,
and that's the thing. And it's going to go to a point that we kind of said off camera. Me and Johnny talked about yesterday. Hector Neris, heart attack Hector, as Teaser likes to call him, goes out there 2 nights ago and gives up a 3-run home run per game. Okay, whatever. Stuff happens. It is what it is. So then we put him in the exact same situation last night, and he
well, up two
almost
runs this
does it.
time.
And he
Yeah.
almost does it again. Like, probably should have done it again, right? And so it's like I said before, it hurts me to question Craig Counsell because I do think he's a great mind. But let me tell you, the Craig Counsell decision and the Dansby Swanson decision, they both have question marks right now for me because it's like Dansby sucks right now. He's been playing better as of late, but he still sucks for comparison to what we paid him. And then you look at Craig Counsell and it's like, who's going to be our leadoff hitter? Because you know what? I'm sick and tired of that changing. Just figure it out. I mean, I could have told you it wasn't
PCA.
going to be. I could have told you it wasn't going to be Patrick Wisdom. I could have told you that. Like it doesn't make any sense for that to have been an option. So there's a lot of questions. But again, like Tanner has said, this offense it's got so many weapons, dude. Like there's no reason we are only scoring 4 runs a game. And honestly, 4 runs would be a miracle sometimes. Like last night, we scored 4 runs. Well, guess what? It was 2 home runs, right? Like it was a Cody Bellinger 3-run home run to take the lead, and it was a Seiya Suzuki home run. So it's like maybe the power is coming back, but it's like what happened to a double that scores the guy on first? You know what I mean? Like it's the simplicity of the baseball game that the Cubs are making mistakes on. And again, I'll say it to the cows come home. This starting pitching has been such an unbelievable weapon for us, but we're not utilizing it because our starting pitchers might go into the seventh inning, but guess what? We're going to have somebody come out there and blow the
Hector
lead.
Neris, baby.
So it's like I'm sick and tired of our starters doing their job of only giving up 2 or 3 runs. Our offense not even scoring 3 runs. And then at the end of the day, our bullpen's just not good enough to continue to keep us into going to extras or whatnot. So this Cubs team has a lot of life. If you're going to look at me and tell me they can't win this division, you are incredibly wrong. I mean, incredibly wrong. This team has a ton of potential, but they just got to figure it out. And we have to figure out a consistent lineup. And I think that's where it starts offensively. And then in terms of the bullpen, you got to start maybe questioning if we need a new closer because Heart Attack Hector is going to give me a heart attack. So,
yeah. Yeah, I agree with a lot of those points. I think you mentioned the leadoff spot. Me personally, I want to see PCA. I need to see PCA. Get him as many at bats as possible. He's a high energy guy, doesn't take a pitch off. He's just a grinder. He's a gamer. And I want him to be on base and set the table for the middle of that order because that middle of the order is going to heat up. Christopher Morel's hitting like 200. His expecting batting average this year is like 280. Like he's just hitting the ball in the screws and hitting into tough luck. I expect him to maybe go on a hit streak soon. And a guy that I'm kind of getting excited for, he's been in the league for almost a year now, full season, is Miguel Amaya. I think very soon he's going to start to figure it out. I really like him a lot. I know he strikes out a little bit, but when he puts the ball in play, he hits it hard. And I think Miguel Amaya is due. I think he is going to start to figure it out now that he's had, a full season under his belt.
that guy is a
James
liability. That guy is a liability. But I
think
agree.
he's figured it out.
He is statistically due because he's been so incredibly awful that it's like you made it to this level of baseball. There's a reason why you made it to this far. Why do you suck so bad? So I agree. Yeah, we'll see. The only issue with him is he can't throw anybody out. So like it's like almost like if I get to first base, you know me, I'm not very quick. I might be able to swipe second on him. So
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
It was encouraging the other day. I know it didn't get out of the yard, but he almost hit a really big home run in Cincinnati to tie the game in the ninth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was only a double, but just stuff like that. I've seen. I think Miguel Amaya. I love him a lot. I want him to succeed, and I think he's due.
Yeah. There we go.
All
We'll
I
see.
take from all this is that the Rays need to win tonight more than the Cubs. That's all I take. So
No.
I'm
Absolutely not.
all for the Cubs heating up and stuff, but God, the Rays need a win. So the Rays go on a 10-day road trip after this. So even though, I mean, they play better on the road than at home. I mean, they suck at home, but I don't even want to get into the Rays because they make me so angry because I mean, when the Rays get down 1-0, I'm like, oh, the game's over because
Yep.
of their inability to score.
Yep.
But anyway, let's get to more fun things. Let's get to our grid.
Let's do it.
James made the grid today. So as he pulls it up, we will tell you that. Oh, he already has it. Look at that, James.
Come on, man. We're so
Oh,
dialed.
look at that. Some baseball.
Here we go. We got some baseball. I was thinking like, what am I gonna do? There was one I thought about, but that was gonna be incredibly difficult. So I decided this one's not super, super easy, I don't think, but we'll give you 3 strikes. If you need a hint, let me know. For some of these guys, I put the team that I remember them playing on. Obviously some of these guys played on multiple teams for an extended period, but for me, this is who I thought, I remember them playing. Yeah. So we'll go 3 strikes. Johnny, you can get us started.
All right, number one, I'll just go Miguel Cabrera.
That is correct.
James, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Is that Dodgers guy? Is that a current player?
That Dodgers guy is not a current player.
Okay, because I was thinking Freddie Freeman, but I didn't want to just say it.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Chipper Jones for the Braves.
That is incorrect.
Oh, I thought that was a lot.
Yes, that is incorrect.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. Kind of
Okay.
surprising he wasn't on this list. Again, this
I
is
don't even know
since
who
2005, so maybe it's like you
Well,
know
he
all these
definitely
names,
is, but he was. I don't know who the other Braves could be. We'll get to it later. Albert Pujols for one of the Cardinals.
it's a I should make you pick which one, but
Well, I would have told you the first one.
all right.
How many strikes do I have left, by the way?
2.
You got two, and if you need a hint, you let me know.
Well, for that, other Cardinals one, I'm assuming that's Yadier Molina.
That would be correct.
By the way, the most overrated player in MLB history. He
Wow.
has the same WAR, wins above replacement, as Jason Kendall. So
Oh.
you probably don't even know who that is. But yeah.
This guy's been telling me that stat for years now.
Is the Astros guy? I guess it would give it away. Whatever. I'm gonna just guess it. Is the Astros guy Altuve?
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is.
Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers.
I know the
There's
range. I know one of the Rangers ones. Don't take the Ranger one.
Okay. And I'm kind of stumbling over the Yankees. I'm just gonna go Jeter, but it could be A-Rod.
You're incorrect, and it's both of those are incorrect as well. You got to think since 05, okay? That's okay. I'll just tell you, that's a Yankee in my eyes, but he also played for another team out west.
Wow.
And I think he's playing in Mexico right now too.
Interesting. All right. I'll go with Beltre for the Rangers, and
that is correct.
yeah, I would hope so. I was gonna guess the top Ranger. So
come on, T, you got this.
Is the Reds Joey Votto?
Yes, come on, go the easy ones. Go the ones you know for sure.
I'm still so rattled about the Yankee one.
I'm rattled
about the Yankees and the Braves.
You're gonna be pretty upset when you. Yeah.
Is the Mariner one Ichiro?
That is correct.
Twins. Oh man, it could be like two guys.
I got the Twins one. Pick a different one.
I think it's. See,
I
can't get out.
Go Pirates, Teaster. Come on.
Is he a current player?
Yes.
Andrew McCutchen.
Yes.
Love me some Andrew.
I can't even think of another Pirate who would be up there.
To be honest, I can't.
I don't know.
Josh Bell. Yeah.
For the Twins, give me Joe Mauer.
Yeah, that's correct.
Braves.
I would say for me, the toughest one is the first Braves one. That to me is the toughest one. And I think Braves, but I'll also tell you he played for Baltimore.
Also played for Baltimore. I'm trying to think here. I'm really struggling.
I know this one's not easy. It's not easy.
So there's another Rangers one there.
Two of them. Two Rangers.
Did John get the first one?
Yeah,
he got Beltre. Yep.
Oh, there are two more Rangers. I mean, there's like four guys it could be. Like,
if you just give me a name, if you give me a name right now, I'll mark it if it's correct for one.
I was gonna say Josh Hamilton.
That's incorrect. Teaster.
Oh, Tanner, what are we doing?
Teaster's out.
What are we doing?
Okay, so Johnny, I'm gonna give you some hints. Okay, the second Braves, both Braves. I'm not going to say both. The second Braves is current, but he does not play for the Braves. And Tanner has said his name.
He has said his name?
Yes, he asked about the Dodgers.
Yeah, so one of them is Freddie Freeman.
Yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2189.
That was seriously one of my strikes.
Buddy, you said I didn't. That was not one.
You didn't even count that one.
I did not.
Okay.
You struck out like 8 times, Tanner.
Tanner, I needed you on this one. All right, let me work through this. Is one of the Rangers Elvis Andrews?
Correct. That is
yes.
correct.
Okay. I was worried about that one.
I had two other guys in the bank, and I said the one that was
Hamilton only played for like 5 years.
That was the hardest.
I can tell you who the other one is. I mean,
that was the hardest Ranger. The next Ranger is easy.
Really? I don't. Those are the two Rangers that I know.
He played for the Mariners too.
Tanner, you gotta help me out. Okay.
Tanner, you can hop in if you want.
The Yankee guy.
The other Ranger's got to be Ian Kinsler.
No.
What?
Am I? You guys are making me think I'm tweaking.
No,
I'm going to give you this. I might have to give you this Ranger guy because maybe I'm tweaking.
No, okay. Let me work through it.
All right, the Dodger guy. If you know anything about Kane County Cougars, he played for the Kane County Cougars. Fun fact. Fun fact there.
I didn't get the Yankee one. So he played for the Yankees.
Okay, so you have Yankee, Braves, Rangers, Dodgers.
Was
Come
the Yankee guy on their '09 championship team?
on. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
is it Robinson Cano?
That is correct. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. That was so easy.
God, I mean, he's been irrelevant because he had the steroid thing and was suspended for a year.
Irrelevant. It's Robinson Cano.
Yeah,
It
but
is
I'm
Honestly, by the
saying,
irrelevant.
way, he has the second most hits since 2005.
which is incredible. But I'm saying in like the last however many years, because Cabrera's been relevant, Pujols has been relevant, even Beltre has been relevant. But
This is a website that I get most of my stats from, and
no, 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 it's right. But okay, give me the hint about the bottom Dodger guy.
the only hint I have is he's no longer in the league, and he played for the Kane County Cougars. So
When did he play?
initials are AG.
Oh, Adrian Gonzalez. Yeah,
Yep. Come on.
I did not know he played for the King
All
County
right.
I
Cougars.
So
remember him on the Red Sox.
the Rangers one is easy. If I mean maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe he didn't play for the Rangers. And the Braves one's a little more difficult. But again, he played for Baltimore and Atlanta for most of his career.
All right, him playing in Baltimore, I should get that. I don't even know. Like, is it weird now? Whenever I think Baltimore, I think like Delman Young as like the first
Kind
person.
of weird. Yeah, kind of weird actually. Yeah.
Okay, Tanner, do you have any idea? Because I don't know the Braves one.
I think Tanner can get both, but I think you guys need to get the Rangers one because you guys are making me think that he didn't actually play for the Rangers. But
You know,
I think this guy's also playing in Mexico.
Oh my God, is there? Wait, did you say the Rangers guy played for the Orioles?
Rangers guy played for, well, he might have played for the Orioles too, but for sure it was
Nelson
the Rangers
Cruz.
and Mariners. Yeah, Nelson Cruz. There we go. Come on.
Hmm.
This was the tough. That was one of the easier ones. This Braves one's tough. Okay.
Third most hits. I mean, man.
or is does his first name start with an A?
It does not.
That's
Unless
the only
he's
thing I can think of.
Baltimore, Atlanta.
Was he on the World Series team or is that before after his
Yes.
time? He was on the World Series team? Oh my goodness.
What year did they win the World Series? 20.
2021?
Okay, so no, he wasn't. Sorry, he was not. That was his last year was the year before that. He literally, I'm looking at stats right now. He only played for Baltimore and
I know it. I know it.
Say it because I
Say
have
it.
no idea.
Is it the catcher McCann?
No, this guy does not know it.
Tanner, I've never seen you
All right,
struggle picking.
I'm giving it to you guys because this is brutal. It is Nick Markakis.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I mean, I'm
Worthless.
appalled at how difficult that was.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. If you go back, it wasn't that hard, but I never would have gotten Nick Markakis.
No.
Yep. Yep. He I guess he tore it up. I'm looking at his stats here. The only year he didn't have like 125 hits was his last year in 2020.
Yeah,
So I guess he tore it up in Baltimore and Atlanta. So well, that
that's
was the grid. Definitely less than impressive, but it was tough.
I don't know. I thought I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did good. Tanner, it was a
I
rough
am
showing.
very
It
disappointed.
was a rough
Very
showing for
disappointed.
Tanner. But it's okay. We'll be back. We'll be back
Yeah,
like we
Tanner,
never
you're
left.
making the next grid. Tanner, you're making the next grid so you can get your revenge on James.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Dude, don't be rude.
anyway,
Don't you should have killed this one. You're the MLB guy.
yeah. Any last thoughts, boys, before we head out?
apparently I don't know MLB. I mean,
Jeez.
The
It's
Cubs need to
still,
play better ball for me to be happier. If you want
yeah.
James Keck to be a happier person, the Cubs need to start playing better baseball. And
Same.
a great opportunity this weekend against the Cardinals. This is a series where it's like, as a Cubs fan, you look forward to these series, especially at home. Father's Day weekend. The only negative is on Father's Day Sunday we're playing on Roku, so a little upsetting about that. But yeah, I saw that on ESPN today. So yeah, brutal. But whatever. We'll get over it. We'll get over it.
Yeah, I'm always very angry when the Rays lose. So
Yeah.
I would like the Rays to win. But anyway, we'll be back next week. If you guys made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. We are well over 300 now. It's trying to get the road to 400. We're gonna keep coming out at least once a week. Maybe we'll throw in a twice a week. All of our schedules are crazy. But if you guys made it to the end again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Peace.